The enemy of my enemy is still sometimes my enemy. So it may be my friend, maybe my enemy. Emanuel Rahm. Let's quickly just have a laugh between the two of us. He's in the fight of his life. He's running against somebody who at points was labeled communist. All right, I don't know if Jesus Chuy Garcia really is a communist, but do you have to be? Do you have to be a full-fledged communist when you can be a socialist, which is communism light? It's communism on the half shell. And Emanuel Rahm is a socialist. He believes in the redistribution of wealth. He's a statist, okay? Government as our healer, government as our provider, government as the one who gives us food, government as, well, you get it. Anyway, Rahm is now turning, and for those of you who forgot, Emanuel Rahm, this guy, he was the chief of staff for Obama, okay? One of the most powerful men in the country, decided to go back to the gangland of Chicago, where politics are a blood sport, and he became the mayor. They call him the Godfather. Well, now the Godfather is in the fight of his political life, and he's going to Republicans for help. I'm not making that up. And you know what? There's Republicans in Chicago that'll probably help him, because he looks like a moderate socialist compared to Jesus Chuy Garcia. Enough said. We'll keep you posted. The election runoff is in early April, right after Easter. Jesus rises from the dead and the leadership of Chicago plunges into hell. There's your bumper sticker. Let's talk about Obama for a minute. Is it possible that he's a Muslim? I'm going to answer this question from the history of early Islam. Now, again, for those of you who are interested in doing your own research, read this book, The Life of Muhammad by Ibn Ishaq. Almost universally accepted as the single best, single volume biography of Muhammad, the founder of Islam. During Muhammad's life, there are two occasions that pop right to my mind where people lied as to whether or not they were a Muslim so that they could get close enough to someone to kill them. One of them murdered his foster brother. Okay? And when he went to Obama, he said, Obama wanted this guy dead. Obama went with them fairly close to the town and then waited. He said to Obama, I have to lie. And Obama said, go ahead. And so the man went to his foster brother and said, this guy, Muhammad, we let him in to help us here in Medina. We gave him, the position of a judge, but now he wants to be a ruler over us. And the guy said, see, I told you no good would come from it. So he drew the man out, his hatred for Obama. There's a Freudian slip. He drew the man out, his hatred for Muhammad. So the guy condemned himself by speaking against Muhammad. And then this man carried out his plot to murder him. They took his head, they threw it at Muhammad's feet. Muhammad laughed. There was another time that a man was in a cave pretending that he was not a Muslim. And he drew the hatred out of this other guy about Muhammad. And the other guy was drinking some alcohol, started singing, I am not a Muslim and I will never be a Muslim. And the Muslim, who had been lying about whether he was a Muslim, took an arrow and drove it into the man's eye, through his brain, and killed him. He then went back to Muhammad and reported what he did, reported the whole story. And he said, Muhammad laughed so hard that I could see his back teeth. So Muhammad's belly laughing with his mouth wide open. Muhammad thought it was funny. This guy lied about whether he was a Muslim and then killed someone. You see where this is headed, all right? I'll be right back. There's one more story that I have to tell you to at least discuss the possibility. Well, Obama's baptized. He has a Trinitarian baptism. I know. I get it. That's why I have always said he's not a Muslim. But there's one more story that I stumbled on a couple nights ago while we're preparing for this new series on Muhammad, and I thought, uh-oh. I'll be right back. I have been a leader in the pro-life movement for 30 years. And sadly, we have not prevailed in our goal to make it a criminal act to kill an unborn baby. There's reasons why we have failed. I wrote this book, A Humble Plea, to Catholic bishops, to evangelical clergy, and to lay people, explaining where we went wrong and what we have to do to prevail. We've made this available as a PDF online for free. I encourage you to go and download your own copy. Why does a nice guy like me keep getting thrown in jail? I have been arrested almost 50 times and spent over a year of my life locked up in various prison facilities. And I wrote a book, many books. In fact, one of them is called, Why Does a Nice Guy Like Me Keep Getting Thrown in Jail? It's a theological work, answering those who say that the church should not be involved in politics or that we should retreat. I encourage you to get it. In fact, get one and give it to your pastor.